Hey everybody, Shadok here from SynergisticGaming. In this video, I'm just going to be talking about Guild Wars 2. This game is still in early beta, so I'm going to be reviewing it, but keep in mind that it is not a finished game, so anything that I talk about right now could change. So don't take anything to heart. If you're offended by something, I don't really care, because this is a review, and a review is somebody's opinion. So go ahead and get upset if you want, but I'm just going to talk about everything I like in the game, and it's my personal opinion, and a lot of this is going to change before release, so keep that in mind. First up, first impression, as soon as you start playing the game, you probably are going to have to adapt, which is what happened to me. I played Guild Wars 1 for many years, and I've played a lot of other MMOs, and this game does not feel like anything I've ever played. It's pretty much like a cross between a traditional MMO and a true action MMO like Terra. At least the combat is. When you start playing the combat, basically everything's directional. If you shoot an arrow, you're not using an attack on a target, you're using an attack that's going to hit whatever you're aimed at. Although you can target things, you're not necessarily going to hit what you are targeting. Like if someone runs in the way or if someone's in front of the target, they'll get hit instead. Someone could dodge in front of the shot and they'll get hit instead. You swing your sword, your character is not just going to run up to whatever you're targeting, he's just going to swing in front of him. So the targeting is more assistance than it is actual targeting. So that is where the whole combination kind of comes in. You don't have a reticle where you're just aiming and shooting or swinging in a certain direction. You actually do target, but you need to kind of control your mouse, use your mouse to control your camera, keep an eye on what's going on, control where your character's faced, and just target people when you need to. You don't even need to target a lot of the time. But it definitely just takes some getting used to, but once you actually get used to it, it is amazing. I'm not a real fan of true action. I don't hate it. I definitely think that it's progress. It has the potential to be awesome. But having to use a reticle to aim all the time can be pretty frustrating, especially when you're trying to play intense PvP, because you need to focus on what's going on around you, and if you're busy aiming at everything, it's really hard to do that. It kind of takes some of the tactical aspect out of gaming. I might as well just jump right into Guild Wars 2 PvP right now that I've brought that up. There are two types of PvP in Guild Wars 2. There's, first of all, structured PvP, and then second of all, you have world versus world PvP. Structured PvP is 5v5. There are objectives that need to be captured. There are sometimes NPCs that have to be killed. There's a trebuchet, which is like a catapult that you can use to your advantage. You can destroy walls with it. You can destroy walls with skills, I believe. And then you get a small amount of points for killing people. If you go into a game and you're just killing the other team, you're going to lose. You need to focus on objectives and things and kind of keep killing other players as a way to stop them from capturing objectives, and not so much as a way of gaining points. The battles, especially in World versus World, are epic. That is the only way that I can really describe it. If you find someone who is on a similar playing field as you, and you're not playing in giant mob wars, you're playing just like 1v1 because you've run into each other while capturing or things like that, fights can go on for like 10 minutes, which is just awesome. For example, I've had fights where I'm chasing someone down and they're just trying to run away. They're not focusing on hitting me while running, because you can attack while moving in the game, which I really like also, whether you're melee or range. But they can choose to fight back while running, or they can just focus solely on running forward, which will make them go faster. You move slower if you're moving backwards. And if they focus on getting away, they could actually get their health up using their healing skill on recharge, and then eventually get the opportunity to turn back and start chasing you, which is just really cool. I've had it happen to me where I chase someone all the way to their base. My health kind of gets degraded on my way there because I'm getting hit by people. Then they turn around and we just get in a huge battle, and I end up running back to my base, and then it turns around again, and it just goes on, and it's It sounds annoying, but it really isn't, because it takes more skill to actually win fights. It's not just you run in, hit someone, and they die. If you're on an equal playing field, that is. World versus World PvP, it has a huge PvE field to it. If you stay away from enemy-controlled areas, you could pretty much trick yourself into thinking you were playing PvE, because there are NPCs to kill. You can work on skills. You can level up. You get loot even from other players. Players' names don't even show up. You don't know who you're fighting. There's no local, or there is local chat, but you don't know who's talking. There's no speech bubbles or anything. Any enemy, it will just say the color of their team and then invader, like blue invader, red invader, which kind of adds to the PvE feel. Battles in World versus World, if you're not with a team, you need to acknowledge that and stay away from areas where there will be teams, because 40 versus 5 is never going to end well. You can call it zerging, you can complain and say that's all it's going to be. It's your own fault for going in an area where it's clear that an enemy is going to be. If you're hanging out in the area between your keep and the enemy's keep where there's war going for territory, obviously you're going to get hit by these mobs. If you go with 5 people trying to take down an enemy base, obviously they're going to come try to stop you. Stay behind those lines, kind of go for objectives that are a little more out of the way, and you usually won't have a problem with that. And if people are dumb enough to go all the way out of the way with giant groups just to kill your small little team of people, then that gives the big group on your team the opportunity to go in. So it's really tactical. It takes teamwork. You have to kind of be aware of what's going on. And the maps are just massive. You could spend all day walking from one end to the other. As for PvE, first off, there are 3 things. There are personal story quests, which are like the only like true quests in the game, which is basically just the storyline, and it changes based on the questions that you have to answer during character creation. That is something that I really liked about the game. I made two different human characters. I made characters of every race and played through at least like the first 5 quests of the personal story. But making 2 different characters of the same race and answering differently to those questions completely changed the experience. It was like playing a different game, which I love to see. I like to know that I can make more than one character and not get bored out of my mind, because it's completely different. So those quests are really fun too. The lore is good, the storyline is good. Then you have hearts, which kind of replace like those miscellaneous quests you get in games. Go kill X amount of these. They have the same fundamentals thing kind of in them sometimes, like my farm is being attacked by bandits, help defend. But I like how that you're not forced to go search for mobs to kill and grind for experience. You're getting attacked during, and you don't even have to fight during a lot of them. Like there's one where a farm is being attacked by bandits and they're setting the cornfields on fire, and the cows are like starving. You can choose to either fight the bandits, or you can put out the fires that they're causing with buckets of water. You can feed the cows. You can stomp out worm mounds, and then the monster worms pop out and you fight those. So it's not just kill X amount of these. It's the same fundamentals, but it really just takes away the grind feel to it. I mean, there are some quests that are just straight up, there are spiders in my apple orchard or whatever. Can you please kill them for me? And you can kill the spiders. Those are obviously optional, but some of them are a bit grindy. For the most part, though, they don't really have that grind sort of feel, which is what I like. Then there are dynamic events, which I have not seen many of. I've seen 2 or 3 dynamic events. They're cool. Some of them are awesome. There are some that take quest chains. Anyone can go through the quest chain and then it'll spawn the event and then you can do it. Those are awesome, but I have not seen many of them. I've made it to level 17 and I have yet to see more than 2 or 3. So hopefully once you get further in the game, you start seeing them more and more. If that's the case, that'll be awesome. Another thing, for questing, I really want to see them raise the amount of experience you get from doing hearts and from doing personal story and things like that. Because I was always behind my personal story's questing curve or leveling curve. I was always at like 5 levels before where I was supposed to be. So I constantly found myself trying to decide, okay, do I want this to be nearly impossible, or do I want to go and do a bunch of hearts and just level myself up? For the most part, I just wanted to get as far as I could in the story, so I would continue to play, and it was very difficult. Like, I had one boss that literally took me 30 minutes to kill this one guy, which is awesome that you can do stuff like that. You can fight someone who's that much higher level than you, and as long as you're being careful and dodging and using your skills wisely, you can defeat them. But it's really frustrating that it had to be that difficult just because I was behind. Like, I was doing pretty much every heart quest that I came across, but I wasn't actively searching for them. So I'm hoping they fixed the amount of experience you get from things like that so that people don't need to go and search for those extra hearts just to get more experience. Trading in the game, I do not like that there's no regular trading. You can't just go up to someone and trade items with them. You can give people items through mail. You can receive items through mail, which is cool, but you can't just go to your friend and say, I'll trade you this for that. You can say, here, I sent you this, now send me that, but it's not true trading, so you're not going to want to be trading with random people that way, because it's really easy to just have them take your stuff and then say, okay, thanks, bye, and not give you anything. The auction house is definitely great, though. You can compare prices and all that, all those general auction house features that I won't go into, and that's really useful. You can buy gems, which is the cash shop currency, from other players in the auction house, which is definitely nice because if you have enough gold, you're not forced to spend actual money on things that you want. But I do have some minor issues with the cash shop. First off, I do not like the fact that there are experience boosts in the cash shop. It's not because they give you an advantage, because they give you a really minor amount of experience. The only experience they give you is for kills, and kills are nothing compared to quests and things like that. I'd say probably between 5 to 10% of your experience comes from kills, and it's only like a 50% boost. So it's really not helping you, but it kind of falls under the domain of paying for actual in-game advantages, which I don't like to see. I liked the cash shop in Guild Wars 1 because they didn't have anything remotely close to this. So it just kind of scares me to see it because you don't know what road they'll end up following later on. I don't want to see them go down that road. And then next, this is the thing, one of the worst things in the game to me, even though it's still kind of minor. The game has something called Mystic Keys. You can get them from quests. I'm not sure if you can get them from drops. I have not seen them drop from a mob, but I have gotten them from quests. They're used to open things called Mystic Chests. Mystic Chests are things that drop from monsters, and they don't give you anything that really benefits you. They give you minor boosts to leveling skills mostly. They'll give you things like tonics that'll change your appearance for 30 minutes. Salvage kits. It's nothing like game changing, but the fact that you need to either dish out money for the cash shop currency or you need to pay actual money, even though it's a really small amount, having to pay for something that you've already gotten as a drop is just terrible to me. I hate the idea. I've seen it done in games and I just don't like it. I think it's terrible and it should never be implemented in a game ever. So, I mean, it's not huge because it's really a small amount and you can use gold to buy the in-game currency, but it's just something I don't like to see. The guild system in the game, I absolutely love. You can create your own custom ranks for the guild. You can choose what rank people are upon joining the guild. You can choose what abilities each tier of membership has, and there are quite a few different options. There's going to be a guild bank system and things like that where you can store loot, I believe. You earn influence by playing through different things, PvP and PvE. Whichever guild you're representing gets the influence, and it can be used for things like guild-wide boosts and things like that, and upgrades for your guild. You can be in as many guilds as you'd like, and you just choose which one you want to represent at that current time. So that's great for people who, say, want to be in a guild with their friends, and in other games it's always held them back. Well, now you and your friends can all be in a guild, but you can go join a hardcore guild if you want, or a specialized guild on the side. And that pretty much covers it for PvE, PvP. I really do like the game. As a final rating, I'll give the game an 8 out of 10 for now. It could go up or down on release depending on what they do with the game from this point on. There are just a lot of minor things that really need to be fixed right now, and then there are those bigger things that I've already mentioned that I'd really like to see changed. All in all, it's a good game. Hopefully they do what it takes to make it a great game by release, though. It definitely has that potential. And I will be doing another review like this, either closer to or after release, just to kind of go over the things that they've changed and how the game's looking at that point in time. If you don't know much about Guild Wars 2, I have I think 23 videos of gameplay currently so far. Feel free to check out my profile and take a look at those videos. If you have any questions about the game, you can leave a comment or send me a message and I will help you out. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Shadok from SynergisticGaming.